Chris Charlton for WhereDoesGodzillaPoop.com, and this is Plants vs. Freemium 2. Am I right, guys? You with me? Plants vs. Zombies 2. It's about microtransactions. This is Plants vs. Zombies 2. It's about time on iOS. And yes, it is free to play, which kind of it's always like a creepy man inviting you into the back of his van or something. I mean, you're constantly on the lookout and distrustful and not sure where you're going to be stung for money. So let's get the freemium bullshit out of the way first. I've played about an hour of the game, really not very much, and I've kind of come across my first sort of pay to get round stuff, not a paid wall because like I can still play, but first pay to get round stuff and get into more things just now. You see, you come across where you have now, rather than in the first game where it was just a linear progression of levels, here you have level maps that are, you know, large and fairly, you know, can be tackled in fairly non-linear order, and behind these doors are bunches of levels that let you unlock new plants and whatnot, and these are unlocked with keys, which are random drops that you get throughout the stages, or you can pay 170 yen, that's $2, to just get by that and bypass that and get through that now. So I can continue on the main line of levels. I just won't get that plant until I've just unlocked these keys and managed to get through the door. So I mean, so it's taking on freemium in one sense where, you know, I mean, you're paying to get to unlock levels early. You can also hop into the store and get coins, which give you power-ups, as we'll see when we're playing the games, and also buy new plants, which I believe you can't get in any other way other than paying for them. These might be familiar if you played the first game, and those plants are really quite pricey. 250 yen is $3, so quite expensive for like just, I don't know, an added plant in a freemium game. Also, like resource multipliers, things like that, which is typical. So yeah, I mean, the buying the plants thing is not really a big deal for me. That's just something I would ignore. Perhaps getting these keys might be something that makes the game quite grindy, but I'm only about an hour in, so you know, I'll play more and have full written report on WhereDoesGodzillaPoop.com in the near future to kind of explain how that kind of works. But I can continue on with the main quests here, or the main game, and the main game is Plants vs. Zombies, which I think, you know, everybody and his dog on the face of the planet has played by now. You have a bunch of these plants, you choose which ones you want to use, so the sunflower will generate resources for me to build more. These pea shooters are important. I'm going to use these to hold off, to slow people down. That ice one as well. Actually, I'll take that back because the ice is a free resource and does pretty much the same thing as the walnuts do. Gonna have one of those, one of those, one of those. There's a couple of little differences here, but it's by and large the same game as it has been. So let's go and figure it out. So if for some reason you're not familiar, it's a basic take on tower defense. I want to stop the zombies from as they approach on the right side of the screen. I want to stop them from getting to the left side of the screen, basically. My sunflowers will generate more resources for me, and so I can get more. Basically, it's really important to get all of these in, but the zombies have started to approach, so I'll drop you in there. And right now it's going to be really familiar to you if you've played the first game, and at this stage, really, who hasn't? The gimmick here, because it is about time, there is kind of a story. The story here is that we've accidentally traveled through time from 2009 after the first game back into ancient Egypt at this point in proceedings. So we're trying to figure out our way back, but there are zombies. They've existed all throughout time, and they're still just as hell-bent on eating my plants and brains as they always have been, is the basic idea. So basically, I don't know whether this is the sort of the strategy that everyone should be taking with Plants vs Zombies, but it's what I do. Is like build up a row of sunflowers, which will give me enough resources to then take care of everything. What's new was you just saw me shoot before that green zombie, and that gives me plant food, which I can also buy with coins. And the idea with that is once you shoot a green zombie, you get given one sort of packet of plant food. And if you drag that on any one of your plants, as you saw me do with the landmine thing, it sort of boosts their abilities for a short period of time. So it makes the pea shooters shoot faster and that kind of thing. Each plant has a different effect with plant food, basically. So that's kind of a neat little, addition there. You also see at the bottom I have power-ups, which we may not be able to show off in this level. It depends how long it takes, because you see the numbers 800, 1200, 1000, they cost coins. As I'm shooting zombies, I'm earning some coins, but yeah, I can also spend real money on those coins as the secondary currency here, and yeah, that's once I've gotten 800 coins, I can get one of these power-ups here. Which lets me clear through the enemies, quicker. So you can see I've got a bit of plant food here. I'm going to apply it to that, I can't remember what the game calls it, Brussels sprout thing. And I was able to dispatch that dude pretty handily. So yeah, I mean, I think if you're playing it from the point of view of what's changed since the first Plants vs Zombies, really nothing much. It seems to be the case so far, except for a couple of these power-ups. But that's by no means a bad thing. More of Plants vs Zombies. That's not a bad thing at all. Plants vs Zombies is pretty awesome. Even as part of a kind of part of a genre that's been done to death, especially really since the first Plants vs Zombies came out. This still feels really well done, really well made. More so than anything else within its genre. So might be able to get to show off a power up. I'm going to use plant food on there. Let's turn that pea shooter into a machine gun. And yeah, I mean, like, it's kind of like something like Tetris or a game like that, where it's so easily explained just by looking at things happening that it kind of gets difficult to say extra stuff as you're playing it. You just kind of start really focusing in on what you're doing. So like I've managed to strategically place my ice plants there, which stop these guys from moving for a few seconds and gives me a chance to inflict more damage. But as you can see at the top and in the middle here, they've just sort of started to pick away at my defenses. My plants are being eaten quite a lot, and that was a foolish choice as well. I really need plant food at this point, or 40 more coins so that I can use a power up. Ah, okay, so I can use a power up now. You see I have 800 coins here, and that gives me, I've chosen the pinch power up, which gives me a little bit of time to just use 2 fingers to pinch the heads off each of those zombies. But I guess those guys are behind a wall, so it's difficult to get all of them there. Things going to crap. I was doing so well before this stage, so honestly I was. But I think we might be okay. We might just about get through this, even though I'm a disastrously poor strategist. Thing I can do. Let's use that boomerang plant to eat behind me if I get more plant food, but I'm not going to get more plant food. But each lane here has a final line of defense, which is that lawnmower, so that plows through them. So even though I didn't make it through entirely unscathed, I did manage to beat the level at least. And a big bag of coins for me, but though I've got more money now to sort of spend on power-ups in the next round, I didn't get that key. So as you see, that I don't know how those drops are worked in order to unlock these keys to get into new stages, but it's obviously kind of worked in such a way that the more impatient players will, I guess the more impatient and the more rubbish players will kind of feel, oh, I've got to spend a little bit of money so I can get that extra plant, you know, that mean green looking dude. But I'm going through, as is my want, as far as possible without spending any money is the idea. So let's just go into one more stage to show you here. Some of these stages also are starred. You see I've got 2 stars as well. So there are gates that are only passable with keys, and there are also stages that are possible with stars, and those are sort of attained, there you go, by beating additional objectives. So here, matching symbols to destroy the zombies. I'm not really sure what that means exactly. I think it's going to be explained to us. Okay. So this is... so there are a few of these little mini games along the way, which, yeah, they break things up. They're quite neat to play. There's a little bit of Pelmanism action going on here. So there you go, I got 1 key there, so I've got 1 left to get into that batch of levels you saw earlier on. memory on my part. It's actually getting quite fiercely intense. There. Yay, I did it. And I get a plant for my efforts. So there is some progression that goes on, even though, you know, like I haven't been able to get into that bunch of levels and unlock that plant you saw behind the gate there. I do still get new plants as I go, so there is still a sense of progression. It's just that for the grindy and the completist, there's other stuff left behind. There's actually a good amount of game here for free. It's just that I think if you are looking out for sort of untrustworthy practices and what have you, then you know, I mean, if you're looking for trouble, you're going to find it, obviously. But there is a decent amount of game here for nothing, and that's really to be commended. Again, whether there's too much that's super different from the original Plants vs Zombies, probably not. But Plants vs Zombies is really good fun, and Plants vs Zombies 2 is really good fun as well. So you know, I mean, check it out. It costs nothing. What are you, cheap or something, or what? So for more on Plants vs Zombies 2, including a full written free-to-play log, check out wheredoesgodzillapoop.com. I'm Chris Charlton. Thanks for watching. Bye.